Okay, so today I wanted to deal with this classic amp from 1963. This is not an amp that I use loads at the moment, so I wanted to investigate it and see if there's something that I'm missing with this particular amp model. Now, by default, it will be pulled up with the 1x12 from the US Deluxe. I don't know exactly what speaker is in there. Here are the default settings. So basically it's your, I guess, bog standard Fender clean sound. Here it's being mic'd with a 160 ribbon, which will darken things up a smidge. So I'm going to just start again. Before I do that, we've got two channels, haven't we? So we've got the Deluxe Norm and the Deluxe Vibrato. And typically you'll find that the vibrato channel, this was the case with the Twin, has a bit more grit to it and breaks up earlier. So if you're looking for a pedal platform, more kind of clean headroom, I think the normal channel is the way to go. The vibrato channel will give you less of that. So you're getting those kind of Fendery break-up tones with the vibrato channel, although it does seem to be a bit louder, I think, as well. So that'd be the first thing to consider. Do you want a cleaner signal or some of that kind of vintage Fender breakup? I'm going to be looking for the clean, so I'll use the Deluxe Norm. Then speaker wise, let's go and try a dual cab, because this generally does seem to me to sound a bit better. So on one side we'll use a 57 classic stuff, and we'll put the reflections at about 30, and then on this other side, I'm going to get this right this time, we'll also use that, but we'll use the 160 ribbon and see what that sounds like now. Default settings. Okay, so let's get into the amp then. We do have a bass, mid and treble on the real amp, and I think a presence 2. The master volume I'd suggest leaving at 10 because the real amp is a non-master volume design. And aside from that, very bog standard-y stuff. So I'm going to pull everything to 5, including the presence, I think, and let's just see what we get with that. So I think possibly a little bit thin sounding. With these pickups anyway, so I might boost that bass a bit and then do this old trick, which does seem to help me anyway with some of these things. So if we take this down to 150 and give it maybe like a 6 dB boost after the amp, now we get that feeling of moving a little bit more air. I'm going to take the level down a bit though. a little bit more weight in that low end. Anyway, so that's one little thing that I might do. But aside from that, I think it's certainly not sounding bad. Do we need the presence? If we want to get a little bit darker and more towards the Strymon Iridium side of things, I think taking this presence down might be a good bet. It's also quite a scooped sounding amp, I think, so even with those mids kind of it doesn't exactly get anywhere close to being honky in the mids or anything. We could take the treble down. I guess then that might the presence could then be an option if we take the treble down a bit. Kind of like that, so we could run the treble a bit lower, sorry, and then run that presence up a bit. So I kind of like the sound of that. Let's chuck a little bit of reverb on. I'm going to think that, I don't know, a spring is probably spring or a hall maybe, but let's try the hall for now actually. Just a nice big reverb sound. But we're definitely kind of on the edge of something there. So I think if we took the drive down lower to like 3, we'd get more of that kind of sparkly stuff, but it would also be quite a low output. So I might set up a couple of different tones actually. So first of all, that'll be our standard one, the drive at 5, channel volume at 8. That'll be our kind of go-to. Sound that, and on this snapshot here, actually, I'm going to come back down to 3, and we're going to then need to boost that channel volume significantly. And I think then we'll have to boost the level somewhere else as well. Maybe where's the best place to do this? This low high shelf maybe actually. So we could use this EQ block in 2 ways. Kind of bring up that level, because for sure it's a bit quieter, right? So that's going to be like our high headroom part. Now, things that I think might work quite well here is if we hit the front of this with using the red squeeze as like a boost pedal. Boost. really sensitive. So the red squeeze might be a nice thing. So I'll try and dial in now some sort of lead tone. If we're going to be using something like a tube screamer to bring out that. Why am I using Top Secret OD? That's what I want. Yeah, basically a Tube Screamer Deluxe Reverb like that, I think has got a really, really cool sound. I'll put together an intro now, but those are the kind of tones that I'm digging with it, and hopefully you dig it too. Let me know in the comments if you want me to drop this into the folder or not. Deluxe Reverb. Cheers!